Hey there. So, I want to talk with you very briefly about something that hits for me pretty close to home. And it's in part a conversation that comes out of the fact that Democrats are trying to figure out what went wrong. How did they lose the election? Right. And you have a lot of analysts and pundits who are coming after the idea of wokeness, right? They're like, well, your wokeness is what destroyed it for us, for the Democrats. And what do they really mean by that? Is that embedded in the idea of wokeness is being careful of the use of language, trying to find ways to make language work for everybody. And how dare you, right? Specifically, their example is Latinx. The idea that they're presenting is that people outside of the Hispanic population started using the word Latinx and are forcing it on other people and are somehow mandating it. And that's just not happening. That's not happening, right? You don't see all of these Democrat politicians who are coming out there saying, okay, well, if you don't use the word Latinx, we're going to lock you up, right? This is all a delusion created for people by the political opponents of the Democrats to terrify people into believing that we want to arrest you based on your use of language. So that's just it's not happening. The reality, if we look at the history in the usage of the word Latinx, is it comes from within the Hispanic population. When you use the word Latino, right, the O means male, right? If words ending with O mean male, and if words ending with mean female, for some people in the Hispanic population, it's problematic to use the word Latinos to describe everyone because it leaves them by definition out. So those people within the population, right, said, I'm not comfortable with that. I need a word that also describes me if I'm going to be talking about the entire Hispanic population. I don't want it to, by default, only mean the men and leaving out everybody else who doesn't fit into that category. So in effect, basically what's happening right now is you have these people who are analyzing the Democrat platform and going, okay, well, we basically just need to leave all those people behind. All the people who are feeling most voiceless, their concern is one that is apparently doing us harm. As a Hispanic person, I can tell you that, at least in my anecdotal observation, I don't know anyone who votes on that issue, liberal or conservative, that their main point is you know what? It's this issue of the word Latinx that's really doing it for me. That is a point that's being used against Democrats that's not relevant to what Hispanics are most concerned about for the most part.